There's been a lot of goals over my career, 19 years senior football, and we've got over 300 goals. So there's lots and lots of goals that stand out for me. Obviously, the big one for me was not that it was a brilliant goal by any stretch of the imagination, but it was the winning, clinching goal for our first title here at Crusaders, having not won the title for 19 years. When we won at Ballymena that day for our first title in my era as a player, and Glenn Hunter and I both got the goals on the day, so I scored the opening goal. And I remember that was the day we were up on the bus, and the whole week leading up to that game, we win that day, we win the league, and that goal stands out probably because of the day that it was, and you celebrate these things long and hard, and I think we celebrated for a week when we won the title that year. So it was tremendous, and so that goal probably stands out. I scored lots of other goals that were way better, but that's the one that stands out. Okay, in my era there was great characters in the game. Rob McCurry was a little bit before me, but I did play at Glentoran as a young lad, and he was involved in the squad. He was a real hard player, if you like, and had that reputation of being a hard player. Kirk Hunter, who played here, who become a real very close friend of mine to this day, was a real hard player and was able to look after himself and look after the rest of us. And we came from a vintage of teams that were really hard players and one another. The hardest player I played against was probably John Devine, a guy from Larne who played for Glentoran, another great guy in the game. There was a lot of sort of ruthless tacklers in those days, and they snapped their legs, but everybody was able to look after themselves. There was no sort of, you went into a team and you maybe had 2 or 3 who you knew were tough players, but everybody had that wee edge about them back then. There was no one player that you would sort of say that he couldn't cope with it. That you were brought up to understand that side of the game and how to look after yourself. But certainly for me, John Devine was the hardest player. He wasn't the dirtiest player, but he was the hardest player. The most heartbreaking moment as a player, probably losing the Irish Cup final when I played in the Linfield team that lost to Glenavon at the Oval. Jared McMahon, you'll remember, went to Spurs after that game. He scored the winning goal, and that was a big moment because it was my first Irish Cup final as a player, and not to win it. It's the only medal I didn't win as a player, so that was a bit of a disappointment, I have to say. And there's lots of disappointments when you lose any football match. I think even now as a manager, there's a sort of you set yourself up all week in what you do, and a lot of emphasis on certain games, and when you lose, it's a sinking feeling. And obviously when you're winning, you're up and down like a yo-yo. But certainly, as far as disappointments go, that is probably the one that stands out for me as a player. Was losing the Irish Cup final. Probably when I was first introduced to Irish League football, my father brought me to Seaview, and Paul Kirk was the big rugged centre forward who played for Crusaders. And I remember maybe as a youngster and around 12, 13 years old, I was sort of looking at him going, like I played centre forward for my school team, and you were looking at Irish League football, and you were a big character and you looked up to them, and I sort of thought, one day that's what I want to do, and I want to be like Kirk Hunter. Paul Kirk. And then it was actually strange how it all worked out, because then as I became a player, Paul was a manager. So I got to cross swords with him over the years, and I knew Paul particularly well. So maybe in those early years, I sort of looked up to him. My father was a bit of a Newcastle United fan, and Malcolm McDonald was a name way back in the day, who was the big centre forward for Newcastle United. My dad used to say, train your left foot. You've got left foot, and I was a right foot player, and he says, as a youngster, he said to me, you've got to train your left foot to be as good as your right foot. He says, you've got to play like Malcolm McDonald, and I remember that name always stuck with me, how he played. So maybe from a very early age, I was fascinated with the centre forwards and how they played and their style and what they did, and obviously I grew to that size, so that made me give me those attributes. I played for quite a few in the Irish League. my career in Irish League terms was 19 years. I had 6 in here at Crusaders and 6 in at Linfield, and those won 2 championships at both clubs. So I had a really brilliant time playing Irish League football, and I don't look back with any regrets. I don't look and say, I wish I had played in that era or that team or anything, because you carve out your own football career, you make your own friends within all of those structures, and those guys are still my friends to this day. You know, the Crusaders team that won the championships with 5 Dublin-based players, and I still keep contact with Martin and Robbie Lawler, people like that, and they rang me and write to me whenever we're winning titles now, and little things like that, just great. So that's just part of your era, and you enjoy the era that you grow up in, and who you play with, and that formulates a lot of your relationships, and that's how I found it.